Hello everybody, this is Matt Atwood. It is my privilege and honor to be able to welcome you to day 17, and today we're going to talk about stress and adaptogens. So before we get into this, let's figure out what stress exactly is. So stress is a physiological or psychological response to a perceived threat or challenge. What that means is it's a natural response to challenges and demands in our life, but when experienced in excess or over prolonged periods of time, stress can lead to negative physical and mental outcomes. Adapting to our environment, it's what that's called epigenetic triggers. Now, we are truly a product of our environment, and depending on the stress that we deal with throughout the day or the physical stress that we deal with throughout the day, those are all what we call epigenetic, meaning outside, like epidermis is the outside layer of our bodies, it's outside layer of our skin. So anything that's on the outside that's trying to impact the way our bodies react on the inside is called an epigenetic trigger. And to be able to adapt to that, we need to be able to create some kind of a supplement program or adaptogens that are natural substances such as herbs, roots, and mushrooms that are used to help our body to adapt and cope with stress. So let's talk about when stress is good. Stress is good. It can be good or it can be bad. Let's talk about stress that is good first. Stress causes what we call hormesis. Hormesis makes the body think that it is in danger. So it will react with a trigger to where the body initiates other biological mechanisms to maintain that balance or the homeostasis. So we call it the Goldilocks zone. It's not too hard, not too soft, it's just right. That's where your body's trying to stay at that zone. So for example, one thing is you can get hot. You're outside, it's over 100 degrees, it's hot. What does your body do? It reacts with sweating. Sweating is called evaporative cooling, which cools your body back down. So that is a trigger of a stress where your body automatically responds and you're not even truly paying attention and you are not in control of it, your body is. So that's why we look at examples of stress that trigger a positive response. So for example, the first type of positive response is fasting. You've already gone through a couple of days of fasting, and that is your body saying, oh wow, wait a minute, I'm depleted of calories, what are we going to do? And when you don't eat, your body goes, okay, I still need energy, I still need to function, what are we going to do? At hour 14 is where ketosis starts to take your fat stores and convert that into energy because you have no calories to convert to energy. So it will start targeting your fat. At that point, that's called ketosis. Autophagy is the other part of the process that happens where your body starts to try to become more efficient on a cellular level. So what it does is it starts targeting these cells that don't function very well, and it starts targeting these things as what we call cellular regeneration. So it will either regenerate that cell or replace that cell. And the other thing that also happens is when you're going through stress on a fasting, your hormone levels will start to spike because now you're trying to keep your muscle mass stable while you're going through your fast. So it's all natural. Your body automatically reacts. You can't control it, but you can control when you eat and when you don't eat. So this is a positive way of stressing your body for a positive effect. The other thing is working out. When you start working out and you start lifting, you're feeling like you're going through fatigue, you feel like you're getting tired, that's good because the body will actually start to reshape itself based on your environmental triggers that you're triggering, which is your workout. So you want to try and create that physical stress so your body learns how to adapt to it, and by adapting to it, you become stronger, faster, more resilient, your tolerance gets higher. It's a good thing. So that's when stress is good. So now let's talk when stress is bad. When stress is bad, it's called chronic stress, which means all the time stress, and it has negative effects on both our brains and our bodies. So the typical chronic stress triggers would be your career, your finances, your relationships, your health problems. Any of those types of things can cause undue stress. And what we did is our bodies were designed to be able to see a danger, hit a fight or flight response, do a quick shot of cortisol from our adrenal glands and run away from the saber-toothed tiger. That's what we originally were designed for. We are not designed for a chronic, all day, every day drip of adrenaline and cortisol, because that will have a negative effect on both our minds and our bodies. And it creates a fight or flight response when there's really no legitimate danger, but we stress about it mentally. And when you're constantly stressing mentally, you're dripping that cortisol, and it has negative effects because it does not, it interferes with other biological functions like hormone control. Your testosterone starts to drop when you stress too much. Your weight gain starts to increase when you stress too much. So stress can be a very negative response, and that's the reason why you want to have adaptogens in your supplement program. So how do we adapt to stress? We adapt to stress through adaptogens. Adaptogens help your body adapt to stress factors, and it's also based on the Greek word adapto, which is the term adaptogen is applied to plants that produce special substances, allowing them to survive under significant conditions of environmental stress. Now, these are plants that are growing in a desert, right? That's stressful. These are plants that are growing in the Siberian or Asian plains where it's cold. Normal plants don't typically grow in those harsh environments. So when you find plants that grow in those harsh environments, those have adapted to a harsh, stressful environment. You want to try and eat those, right? So the same things that are making them healthy are going to make you healthy. So adaptogens work by normalizing the body's function under stress. Now, daily consumption may improve in mental and physical performance while reducing fatigue. And Isagenix has two ways of taking adaptogens. The first one is Isagenix Supreme. There's three ways of getting your daily dose. It's available either in a powder or in a liquid. The first two items there, you see the jar and you see the sticks. Those are powder. The jar, I usually don't get the jar. Me personally, I like the sticks because I can grab 5 sticks because I know I'm going on a trip for 5 days, and I pack them. I bring them with me. And I just shake them up, throw them in a water bottle, and I'm good to go. Or you can do the 32 ounce and keep it in the fridge, and you take that every morning. I usually take mine with my pre-workout. So those are the two types that you typically do on a daily basis. And this is something I do every single morning before I even head to the gym. The other way to take adaptogens is the adaptogen elixir. Now, this product came out a couple years ago, and it has gone gangbusters. The adaptogens help your body adapt to the stress factors, and they're combined in a kombucha form, which is very high bioavailability and absorption from a black tea leaves and root extracts. Now, these roots, like astragalus, eleuthero, rhodiola, ashwagandha, and shashandra fruit, are very potent adaptogens, and they're loaded in this little bitty shot. Now, what I do, it's the taste of it is a really tart kind of kombucha type of tea flavor. And what I do is I keep these things in my fridge. And I don't do them all the time, but I do them when I am feeling a little stressed out. Either I've had a hard day and I'll take it at the end of the day. Or I will, after a super hard workout, if I've done CrossFit and I lifted and I come back and I'm worn out, I will take a shot of this right when I walk in the door. Here's the question that I always get all the time. Can I take both Adaptogen Elixir and Isagenix Supreme? Absolutely you can. I don't like to take them both at the same time. I will take my Isagenix Supreme in the morning, and then I'll take my Elixir whenever I need it, just as needed. So, but of course, yes, you can take both at the same time. Now, here's my little super mix that I like to do. I like to call it Matt's Super Nutrient Adaptogen Mix. And what we do is I add Isagenix Supreme, Isagenix Super Mix, the superfood greens, and apple cider vinegar into hot water, and then I blend it all together. When I do that, I will take it as, you can do it as your shake day or your cleanse day. I like to drink that as a tea at the end of the day. It tastes almost like a hot apple cider at the end of the day, and it's really good. And it helps me kind of calm down at the end of the day, and I feel fantastic when I do it, and I know that I'm taking care of my body, so I try and do that on an every other day basis, or when I feel it. I typically find that I like to do that in the winter when everything's cooler outside and I want something warm to drink, or if I'm just having a stressful day, I'll throw this stuff together and I'll drink it. So if you need any more information, I will be posting stuff like this all the time at Firehorse Life Facebook page. And at this point, I want to congratulate you for getting to day 17 and keep going. Good luck. Keep going. Don't stop until you hit your goals. Have a great day.